Good morning, my YouTube viewers. In this video, what we're going to discuss is multiple linear regression. In the last video, we discussed simple linear regression, where you had one independent variable and one dependent variable. In this video, we're going to have multiple linear regression, where you have two independent variables and one dependent variable. So the formula for multiple linear regression is y equals BO plus B1x1 plus all the way up to BNXN plus E, and E is your error. So we've got hours studied 1 to 11, which we have discussed in the last two videos. And then now we've got hours slept. And then so the hours slept ranges from 5 to 8. I guess I could have put a 9 in there, but I didn't. And then the hours, then your score, which is your dependent variable, being 50 to 100. So the idea is that the more hours you study and the more hours you sleep, the higher your exam score is going to be. And so what we've done is we've created a little chart with multiple linear regression that shows your y variable, the equation, the multiple linear regression y equation, and your r squared being 0.9075. And you can also, as in the last video, what we did was we used the data analysis to perform a regression analysis on these variables. So what we're going to do is I'll show you how to do it, even though I've already done it. So you go to the data section in Excel, and then you go through data analysis. You click on to regression, and then you click OK. And then so your input Y range is going to be C, because it's the column C column. And then input X range is going to be column A to column B. You're going to have labels, and then you're going to have your output range, which is going to be A15. It's going to be your output range. And then you would say, so you would click OK, and then you would give your output range, and then you would click OK, and then it would give you your summary output. But we're not going to do that in this particular video, and the reason why is because we've already done it. I've showed you how to do it on Excel, and we've already done it. So we're just going to go over what the summary output was. So your multiple R is 1, your R square is 1, your adjusted R square is 1, your standard error is really low, and you have 11 observations. So that's 11 rows of data. And then we're going to do an ANOVA, which is an analysis of variance. So you've got your regression. So you've got your degree of freedom is 2. And you've got your sum of squares is 2750. You've got your MS being 1375. You've got your F statistic and your significance F statistic. Then we've got our residual. So your degree of freedom is 8. Sum of squares is really low. MS is really low. So your total degree of freedom is 10. So that you calculate your degree of freedom by, you calculate the number of rows, which is 11, minus 1, and that's going to give you 10. And then your sum of squares is 2750. So we go through our coefficients, and then in the last video, we only had one independent variable and one dependent variable, but in this video, you have two independent variables and one dependent variable. So we go through the intercept, which your coefficients is 45, standard error is really low, your t statistic is really low, your p-value is really low, your lower 95% is 45, and your upper 95% is 45. Then we do the hour studied, being x1. So your coefficient is 5, your standard error is really low, your t statistic is really low, your p-value is really low, your lower 95% is 5, and your upper 95% is 5. Now we do the hours slept. So your coefficient is really low, your standard error is really low, your t-statistic is neg 0.98246, your p-value is 0.3546, your lower 95% is a negative 1.3, your upper 95% is really low. And so that's it. That's how you can analyze a multiple linear regression in Excel, and you can also make a chart in Excel. And I've showed you how to make charts in the past, but we'll go ahead and try it again. I'll do it for you so in case you've forgotten. So we come over here and you go to Insert. You can go over here to Recommended Charts, and Recommended Chart is a scatter plot. So you can do a scatter plot, which is what I've done. I've done a scatter plot. And then you come over here to Format Plot Area. We'll do Score Y Trend Line. Come over here to the actual chart. You can see that it's a linear. And then we say set intercept, so we can set it up for set intercept. And then display equation on chart and display R squared on chart. So we've got the set intercept, we've got the equation, and we've got the R squared on the chart as well. So that concludes this video. In the next video, what we're going to be talking about is nonlinear regression. So I hope you decide to watch it.